If you're ever stationed somewhere that requires an exterior airlock, never assume the outside is empty just because the sensors say it is. Sometimes the failure isn't what the instruments detect, it's what they're designed to ignore. The station wasn't meant to be permanent. It orbited a dead planet with no atmosphere, no magnetic field, and no known irregularities. The mission brief called it a routine observation, which meant nothing was expected to happen. There were 4 of us on rotation. No windows in the habitation ring. No internal cameras covering the airlock corridor. You weren't supposed to need them. The airlock was used sparingly. Maintenance checks, thermal inspections, the occasional micrometeorite sweep. Open, step out, step back in, seal, cycle, forget. Until the first time the cycle didn't complete. I was the closest to the control panel when it happened. The outer door sealed, pressure dropping as expected. Then the indicator stopped moving. Not red. Not green. Just frozen between states. No error message appeared. No warning tone sounded. The system simply paused, as if another process had priority. I tapped the panel once, lightly, more out of habit than concern. That's when the pressure reading changed. It started to rise. Pressure outside the station cannot increase. There's nothing out there to compress. No atmosphere. No containment field. The readout climbed in small, careful increments, as though the vacuum itself were being displaced. We checked the seals. They were intact. We checked the sensors. They reported nominal conditions. The system classified the event as a calibration anomaly, reset itself, and resumed cycle. The indicator turned green. The outer door never opened. We accepted the explanation. That was the mistake. 2 days later, I heard it during sleep rotation. Not through the walls. Not over the comms. From the airlock corridor. One dull impact. Not a knock, not metal striking metal. More like something heavy, settling into position. I stayed still and listened. Nothing followed. The next morning, the log showed a pressure fluctuation at the exact same timestamp. Again, it was dismissed as routine variance. Again, there was no alert. Again, no visual confirmation. After the 3rd incident, we stopped calling it a malfunction. That was when the airlock cycled without command. No scheduled EVA. No manual input. Outer door sealed. Pressure shifting. This time, the indicator didn't stall. It stabilized. Just below internal pressure. As if whatever existed outside the station was taking care not to rush. Protocol states you do not open the inner door during an unscheduled cycle. Protocol assumes the outside is empty. I stood close enough to the viewport to see my own reflection. Corridor lights were dimmed to standby. Helmet lights were off. That's when the reflection stopped matching me. There was a second shape where the outer door should have been. Not pressed against the glass. Not moving. Simply occupying the space the system said was clear. pressure equalized. The chime sounded. Cycle complete. We evacuated the station 2 hours later. No incident report mentioned what we saw. No one argued about leaving. Before departure, I accessed the final airlock log. The last entry wasn't a pressure reading. It was a status note. Exterior obstruction. Stationary. No collision risk. Do not open. The timestamp preceded the station's activation. It had been there before we ever arrived. Whatever it was, didn't attempt to enter. It didn't need to. It was already positioned where we believed nothing could exist. And it knew, down to the second, how long we could survive without opening the door.